Hi, this is Jeannie, and today I'm going to show you how I do the images for a blog post. I have a blog that I need to work on. It's for baked apples with bacon and cheese, and I took a lot of images and took video, and usually what I do before I start the blog post is go ahead and create all my images and pins, and I usually do the video too. So today I'm going to show you how I do those images in Canva. So I'm going to share my screen with you and go to Canva. And I use Canva Pro. Canva has a free app that you can use. And if you haven't used Canva before, I would say, certainly try the free app and see what all you like about it before you do the monthly subscription. But I use Canva every day, day in and day out for Trendy Tree and for my blog. So we use, we want the Canva Pro for all the other features. So you're going to open up Canva. If you haven't created an account, you have to create an account. And we're going to start with create a design. So I'm going to click on that. And it gives you all these choices that you can choose from. But I know what size I need to make my image for my blog. This will be the feature image. So I'm going to come down. Let me move that out of the way somewhere. I'm going to go to custom size, and the size that I need for my blog is 850 by 520. So I'm going to click on that. It brings these are the last sizes that I have used, so it's going to bring up what you have previously used. So I'm going to choose that, and I've gone ahead and uploaded some images so you wouldn't have to wait on me to do that. So this is my canvas size, and it tells you right up there at the top. It's an untitled design, 850 by 520. So I'm going to go over to uploads, and these are images that I have uploaded into the system already. And I'm going to pick out one that I think would be good for my feature image, which would be the first image that you see. If you go to my blog, for instance, let me go to my blog. So, and that's not a great image, but anyway, if you look at the latest from my blog, this is the feature image of that post. So anyway, that's what it would look like. So let's go back. And this is a good image. Of course, it's a portrait rectangle type image, so it would be hard for me to use that image in this horizontal fashion. Now I could enlarge that, but it's just going to get too large, so that one's not going to work. I need one that I have taken in a landscape landscape position. Let's look at this one. I like this one. I'm still looking, hang on. Okay, that's portrait also. So let's look at this one. This one is the landscape. And while I'm deciding, I can go ahead and just add another page and stop deleting back and forth. So I have two images that I could use that are landscape. So see, I could enlarge that and make that work. Let's scroll back up here to this one. I like this one. I like it because it's got some of the black and white in the background. And I like this one, I think, best because it shows, it's just got a little bit of my hand in the image, but I think it just, it shows me holding the spoon, or that, I mean, you can't tell by the image that it's me, but it was me. So I think that puts a little more authenticity to it, perhaps. So let's go with that one. And that image looks pretty good just like it is. I usually like to go ahead and lighten it just a smidge, so I'm going to click on image, and over here under adjust you have several different things that you can do. You can click on see all and you can adjust the brightness. You can just all sorts of adjustments. One thing that I do use a lot is the warmth setting. If I think that my lighting was not had too much yellow in it, then you can kind of go left with that and take out some of that, but you just have to just fine tune it, and sometimes it's better just leave it alone. But I usually do increase the brightness just a little bit, and maybe the contrast just a little bit. So that one I think looks pretty good, just like that. So I'm going to leave that alone. That's going to be my feature image. I'm not going to put any watermarks on it or anything like that. So I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm going to title that baked apple, bacon, bacon cheese. And this is my feature image, so I'm going to go ahead and type in feature. And I'm going to go ahead and download that. So click on the share button and I'm going to click on download. It tells you right here what kind of image. It has a PNG highlighted, and that's the one that I use most of the time because it's a high quality image. But if you need a smaller image, you can do it as a JPEG and so forth. Now also, this is showing all pages. I had created a second image that I was undecided about. Well, I don't want that one. So I'm just going to say page 1 and say done and download that. And that shows you it's downloading, and once it's downloaded, then I can open it back up, and I'm going to go ahead and move it to my blog images, and that one will be done. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, of course, I'm sorry, my computer, I have a lot of images on my computer, and they're going to pop up like that when I'm working on them because I'm bad to not close them out. So the next thing I want to do is take a couple of the images and create, 2 or 3 pins. So I'm going to go back to home in Canva, and I'm going to create a design, and I'm just going to say pin, if I spell it right, pin, and I can come down here and it shows a pin size already for me, 1000 by 1500, so I'm going to choose that. And then so that's my canvas. So I'm going to go over here to uploads and maybe browse through some of the images that I did. Okay, so this would be a good place for one of those close-ups where I have the spoon with the apple. So I'm just going to enlarge that image till I fill in that space. Okay, so that's good. I like that. And I think the color is okay on that, but I need to put some text. So I'm going to say, you just click on text, and I can pick out from some choices over here of things that they have already used, and I can do that, or I can just pick out a font and do something different. I saw one that I thought, oh, right there, that baked fresh. I thought that might look good with that image. But instead of saying baked fresh, I'm going to say baked apple. See what that looks like. I don't like the color of that orangey baked up there, so let's change that color and just see what it looks like in another color. Baked apple. It's still not real visible, so I'm just not going to use that. So we're just going to get rid of that. So instead of doing that, I will come over to text, and I'm going to say add a heading. Now, if you notice right there, that says Trendy Tree. That's because we have some pre-built colors and fonts in there for Trendy Tree. And then I also have some for my blog. and we'll just click on that. These are some fonts that I use on my blog. So I'm going to say add a heading, and it put a little block right there. And of course that's not big enough. I'm going to make it bigger. So I can drag the box to make it bigger, or I can go up here and increase it like that, or I can even type in a number there. And it brings up, this is the font that's used a lot on my blog, so I'll stay with that. And anytime I highlight that box, I can move that around. And of course that text does not show up good, but we're going to say baked apples, bacon, and cheese. Well, you can't see that, so we're going to need to put, like, something behind that, like a label or something. So I'm going to come over here to elements and look for something. I could choose a shape. I like a paintbrush. I like, let's look at that, like a brush stroke. And since I subscribe to the Pro subscription, I usually choose things that are just Pro only, but that doesn't really matter. But let's see, there's a brush stroke. Of course, it's the wrong color. I probably need white, so I can change that. Well, not that particular one, sorry. So let's find another one. Well, there's a white brush stroke, so that's okay. So let's enlarge that a little bit. And I don't want that to be just so white, so I can reduce the transparency a little. I'm going to slide that up there, reduce the size of the text a little, and make it fit on that label, that makes the writing stand out a little more. So I like that pretty good. That's okay. And you see, when I move these around, those little pink lines pop up. That lets me know that I have that white brush stroke element in the center of the page. And when I move the text around, you see that line pop up, then that lets me know I have that centered. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to put my logo. And for me, it's just my name. So I'm going to, that's in upload. So it's something I had already uploaded earlier. I've got it in there 2 or 3 different ways, but I'm going to go with the white lettering. So I'm just going to make that smaller. Maybe turn it up on the side a little bit. And just kind of put it down there, just kind of out of the way. So that would be my first pen. So I'm going to name that. I'm going to stay with that same name, baked apple, bacon. Well, I cannot spell bacon. Bacon, cheese, pen, number 1. Now, when you edit an image, or when you add an image to your blog or website, anything, you want to name your image something. You don't want to use, like, the image that you took, number that you took off your phone or your camera, like it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 IMG or something like that. You don't want to do that. You want to name it. You want to name it something relative to however you're using it. So like this particular image is going on this blog post that's about baked apples with bacon and cheese. So I'm going to name my image that. And I'm going to name this one a pen. And I'm going to name it number 1 because I'm going to do 2 or 3. But you could, instead of calling it number 1, you could say, put spoon there. And then I'm going to download that. Click on download. It's already in a PNG. I'm going to leave it at that. And my internet is lagging just a little bit, looks like. So let me try to download that again. This button should pop up. Should pop up a color there. I don't know what color it comes, but come on. My husband's watching TV. He's streaming something in there. So, okay. So I've lost my connection for just a little bit. That's what happens sometimes. Okay, we're going to try it again. Canva is an online program, and it's not software that you download to your computer, so it's rare that this happens, but of course it would happen when I'm, trying to show you something. So, sorry. Come on. Okay, so now we're going to download it, so I'm going to click on Share, and click on Download. It comes up as a PNG, and if I needed to make this image smaller, like a JPEG, I could, but we're going to use it as a PNG, and then we're going to download, and it's going to show you that it's downloading. And once it's downloaded, I'm going to move it to a special folder that I have a pen. So I'll go ahead and move that, move it to pens, and get it out of the way. Now, we have, we can go ahead at this point and create another pen and just remove that image. And I can come over here and let's see, here's one. That's before I, wait a minute, let me get another image. This is one that I can use. This is before I put the, before I cooked them. So anyway, so this is, so I can enlarge that. I'm just going to make that bigger, and I don't like the way that looks because look at there, it shows my air fryer. It doesn't look too good, so let's don't use that one. Let's come on down to, here they are. This is the apples in the air fryer after they had cooked. Now, remember that white thing we had there? It popped back up. There's our baked apples with bacon and cheese, and there's my little logo again. So we can make this a little bit smaller. Or use something else. Let's use something else because I want to show you the difference when you're making pens. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to keep the lettering for right now, but I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to Elements, and I'm going to find, let's get another label of some sort. So we'll just see what they've got. Here's something. And so that will work, but I'd rather have it with the points at the other end, so you can just say flip horizontal, because I'm going to animate this. So I'm going to put this tag, and we're going to move those baked apples. We're going to have to make that smaller. Okay, so we're going to animate that. So we're going to take that, whatever I have highlighted in the box there is what this will apply to. So I'm going to move that just a little bit. I'm going to click on that label, and I'm going to say animate. And I'm going to come over here and pick out something, a way that I would like for it to move in. Get that out, well, get that out of the way. So let's see, if you just hover over those, that will usually show you what it's doing. So that's okay. Let's use that. Let's just use this pan, it says. So, okay, so we're going to do that and put the baked apples back up there with it and leave that. Okay, so now we want to see what that looks like. So you can click on this little cursor thing up there, not cursor, button up there, and it shows you what that looks like. If that's going to play for 5 seconds, if that's too long, which I think it is, you can reduce that down to like whatever you want. I usually do something like that, 3 seconds. But now then, let's see. So that's what it looks like. So if you want to change the color of that label, we can just click on colors. These are the colors that go with my blog, so that's always good to use. And it's not changing the color. Oh, I think it's because it's actually got 2 layers there. Okay. So these are the colors that are used on my blog. So we're going to go with that beige, creamy tan right there. Okay. So the reason, it's not a big deal to put this animated label in there, but I just wanted to show you the difference when you're working on a pen. So we're going to name this same thing again. We're going to say baked apple, bacon cheese, pen. I'm just going to say number 2. All right. So now when we download it, we're going to say download, but instead of it saying a PNG or JPEG, it's showing now as an MP4 video. So, okay, so now we can download it, and it's a video pen, just because it's got that little snippet of animation in that tag. But I'll show you what the difference is when you go to pin that. It takes a little longer to download, and so I'm going to open that, and there it is. See, it's just not much. It's just a little snippet of activity. So we're going to move that to the pins, to my pin folder. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you in Pinterest what having that MP4 pen versus a regular pen does. So we're going to open up my Pinterest account and going to go to create, and we're going to just create a pen, and we're going to, I'm not going to post these yet because I don't have the blog post written, but I just want to show you what that difference is. The first pen that we did was this one. So we'll go in here and add a title and, a little bit of information, add alt text, and that's always, alt text would be something like baked apple with bacon and cheese. As much information there as you want to put, and then add the destination link, which would be the URL from a blog post. I have not written the blog post yet, so I can't do that right now. So I wanted to show you the difference if we create a pen using, let me get rid of that. Well, come on. Okay. A regular pen versus the pen with the animation. So we'll click on that, and we're going to add a pen. And this time we're going to get the one that's got the animation. Oh, it's too short. Can't be shorter than 4 seconds. Okay, all right, well, let's go back. We can change that timing back. So let's go back. Come on. Okay, right there. Change our timing back. Let's go ahead and go back to 4.5 seconds. So we got to download that again. It'll update it. Take just a minute, less than a minute. I hope y'all can't hear the TV in there. Okay, so now we're going to move that back to the pen folder again. I do that just so I can find them easy. And it's going to replace what I already had there. Okay, so back to Pinterest. So this time, all right, so let's try again. We're going to create a pen. Create a pen. All right, we're going to open that back up. Okay, so there's our pen. All right, this time we'll do the title, do the same information, your description, add your alt text. The only thing that's different, just because we put that little tag in there with that little bit of animation, it gives us an opportunity to add tags here. So now these are, you can't just put anything that you want there. You have to start typing a word and it'll be something that Pinterest has used as a tag. So you can try baked apple, and there's a tag under food and drinks apple, so I will use that one. Let's see, bacon, food and drinks bacon. Bacon appetizer, that would be good. So I'm going to do bacon again and see if there's something else there that, you know, would work. I think this could be all right under bacon appetizers and cheese. Just there's one for just cheese. And we did this in an air fryer, so let's try that. Air frying. Let's try apples again. Okay, now once you type a little bit, I don't know if it's the computer that tries to help you too much or if it's Pinterest, but you know, you get into this, you know, it starts pulling up characters based on tags based on what you type. So I'll just stop there. But anyway, the point is you get to add these extra tags just because when you added that little bit of animation, it turned it into a video versus a flat pen. So that was it. So that's enough. This is kind of a long post. I'll go back and make, you know, a couple of more posts in a couple of more images in Canva with some of the things that I did while I was making that. I'm not finished with the video yet either because, you know, I want to, sometimes I take images, you know, out from the screenshots from the video, but you just have to be careful that, you know, you want your stuff to look good. And, you know, like that image is okay, but I'm going to lighten it quite a bit. And this makes it look a little better. And anyway, and also too, I mean, of course, these are pens from scratch. You can get rid of all this. And if you wanted to go over to templates, you click on templates and just put in a pen. Let's put in a food pen and see if it brings up something that we can use that would fit good with my colors of my blog and, you know, fit good with my images. So let's see. I like that one. So see, you could take that one and just, all right, let's get rid of the chocolate chip cookie image and go back over here and find my apple image again. And I can, no, I don't like that apple image. Let's go back. Let's do this one again. And see, it's going to fit. Let me move that over. It's going to fit in that space that was there. So I'm going to lighten that. I'll brighten that up just a little bit. And then up here, I'm going to say baked apples. bacon and cheese, and I'm going to have to make that smaller, so I can either drag that down, make the box wider, and right here get the recipe. That's fine. I can leave that just like it is, and then right down here I can put jeanniepence.com, and if I wanted to change the background, I could come over here and pick out this light sand color that's on my blog and go with that. And I could change that color to, it's a shade of black. It's not pure black that's on my blog, and use that. And I need to reduce that size just a little bit, and I think I should have capitalized apples there. And I can also, if I wanted to change that font is shadow script, if I wanted to change it to a font on my website. So I could come down here and choose, oh, it took away my baked apples. Okay. I just want to change the font. Let's see. Well, I don't know why it did that. Well, I guess that's the font. Well, try another font. Okay. Well, let's leave it like it is, baked apples. Okay. That's just another thing that you can do. Let's see. Let's pull up another. Another page, another template. There's one. Well, that's very similar. Let's don't do that. Let's see. Let's get another one. Oh, there's a good one. These colors would look good on my website. I can change that one to match my exact website, and then these little lines, I can change those to this tan color. Any of these elements you can change. So this one will get rid of that picture and go back to the uploads and drop the picture in there again. Now you can also, if you wanted to make this whole thing a little larger, that writing on the side I don't need, so you could just get rid of that. Move that writing up, make the image larger. And that writing, that's a little bit hard to read to me, so I would say change that to something else. So that's like what's on my website now, so we'll say baked apples. And that is a website, and it's really, really small. I would increase that a little bit and change that to jeanniepence.com. And this says find the new recipe on the blog. That's fine, but I think it's a little small, so I'm going to increase it a little bit. And I'm going to change the color of that. I could change the color of that the font, but that looks okay. I think I'll just leave it like that. But anyway, so that would be another pen. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see some more Canva tutorials, just let me know. I hope that you'll follow my blog. It's jeanniepence.com, and just there's a, if you go to the website, there's a little freebie that will pop up if you haven't subscribed already, where you get a free download of a food measurements and substitutions guide. Okay? See you later. Bye.